Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP is dumb enough to be a stay-at-home father. Let's begin. I'm staying with my wife's family, and they have very little issue with nudity around the house. I'm going crazy. Posted by Reddit user Stinky Squirrel Sauce.
My wife and I have been married for 5 years now and together for 7. She is originally from France, but we live in the US now. Thankfully, both our jobs are remote, and we are able to work while staying here. We've been here a week already and are planning to stay for 4 more weeks. We are staying with her family, which is just her mom and younger sister. Her dad is out of the picture. I get along really well with her mom and sister, and I'm so happy to stay with them, but they are very open in the house. By this, I mean they will walk around after showers topless or with nothing on at all. Their clothes are loose and hide very little. When they are home, they do not care about any of this and make themselves comfortable. They tease me a bit about it as I'm American, and our views on nudity are quite different than that of the French. I try to remain calm and brush it off, but I can't contain my inner thoughts about this. My wife is stunning, but the good looks run in the family. Her sister is basically her twin, and her mom is just an older version of her. It doesn't help that due to the sleeping arrangements, my wife and I haven't been able to have any intimacy since arriving here and probably won't for a while. I don't want to talk to my wife about this cause I'm a guest in her family's home. They shouldn't have to change their ways because of me, but to be blunt, I'm so turned on constantly. Call me a pig, disgusting, whatever you want. I challenge any man to be in this situation and not be going absolutely crazy. What can I even do? Edit. Holy damn, I just opened Reddit with over 100 notifications. I simply posted this to distract myself for a bit, but there are some pretty funny comments. First, for those saying this is fake, I don't know what to tell you. It's not like my mother-in-law and sister-in-law are lounging around in the nude and rubbing their boobs in my face. They are simply going from the shower to their room or wearing loose-fitting clothes that leave little to the imagination when they bend over or get in certain positions. It's a lot of quick moments but hard to miss when they happen. Second, for those who think I'm creepy and gross need to understand that I'm letting my inner thoughts out on here on a throwaway account and I would never act on any impulses. I'm as respectful as possible to them and I believe their comfort level around me is indicative of that. Third, for those who are leaving understanding and empathetic comments, thank you. It's a funny situation and I appreciate that some can find the humor in all of this. And now for OP's update. So, I made a post a few weeks ago about staying with my wife's family in France and their openness about walking around the house nude. I figured I'd give an update on what has happened since then. My wife's sister came across the post as it was reshared on TikTok and felt the coincidences were a bit too on the nose. She spoke to my wife about it and my wife came to me asking if this post was made by me. While I denied it straight away, long story short, she went into the Reddit app and saw that the username was there, and I couldn't deny it any further. Rightfully so, she was disgusted and very upset. Sister-in-law and mother-in-law were refusing to speak to me and asked me to leave as soon as possible. They didn't feel comfortable with me in the house. I changed my flight and flew back to the US last week and my wife is still in France. The normal plan was for us to come back in a couple weeks, but now I'm not sure when or if she will come back. I'm not quite sure what to say or do now, but I strongly believe that there is no coming back from this. Go ahead and laugh at me now, but it's been a rough couple of weeks. Edit. I woke up this morning to well over 100 comments and quite a few messages, so while I can't respond to everyone, I just wanted to say thanks for those who understand my situation, but I fully understand those who think I'm getting what I deserve. I wrote the other post in like 10 minutes one night and figured a couple people would laugh and then move on from it all. The whole reason why I wrote it was because I really was struggling and just wanted to vent anonymously and let those intrusive thoughts stay in my head. I certainly didn't expect it to blow up and most definitely didn't expect it to be shared on TikTok. There's obviously a lot more that happened than what I wrote here, but I just wanted to keep things brief. No clue where to go from here, but my wife and I have been in constant contact through text and FaceTime, and it's been more of just the same argument over and over. She's planning to come back in a couple weeks, so hopefully we can have a proper discussion at that point.
If I understood correctly, OP, you weren't exactly lusting over your in-laws, and you didn't seem proud of the natural reactions you were having. The only place I think you fucked up is not telling your wife about it. Instead, you posted it on Reddit for internet clout, you absolute buffoon. If you were having issues with your in-laws, the first person you should be talking to is your wife, not random strangers on the internet. Plus, you denied it when you were confronted. You damn donut. So yeah, I do kinda believe that you deserve what happened to you, not because of the natural reactions your body were having, but because of what you did after that fact. And now for today's second story. Me and my wife had been married for 13 years. Is it over? Posted by Reddit user Callista Uwu. Just based on your username alone, OP, I can tell that you're a fucking simp. Let's see if I'm correct.
For context, when we first met it went by very quickly. To me it felt like I truly met my soulmate and fell in love. We got engaged after a year and married a year after that and have a beautiful daughter together. We both worked, and following the birth of our child, I left my career to become a stay-at-home dad, and she pursued her dreams of climbing the corporate ladder.
By the end of this, you are going to be crying like a little bitch.
I did this to support her as I wanted her to achieve her dreams. We moved around for her work, and any job or business I ran often had to be sidelined for her progress. I didn't mind as I wanted her to succeed. Then in 2018 she took a role that moved her away for 6 to 12 months, and this put her a few hours away from where we were living. I looked after our child while she worked on this work project. She began to withdraw from both intimate and physical intimacy. I thought this was just a result of the pill she was on to help with her acne. One day I stumbled upon some condoms in her purse while looking for my daughter's chapstick. I was snipped and they were recently manufactured. I asked her to come and see me and leave our daughter with her parents to talk. She came with our daughter, and when I confronted her, she told me a story about how she had been on the receiving end of a married woman finding out and threatening her. I walked out and told her I didn't want to talk, and she called the police on me, telling them I was going to hurt myself as a means of getting me to come back. We made up and I told her that I would forgive her if she worked on the relationship, and I wrote it off as being a midlife sort of crisis, where she wanted to experience another relationship because I was her first intimate partner. My daughter was a huge factor in me staying. I couldn't break up her family home if there was a chance to fix it.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
She moved out and we were separated for a while trying to figure things out. It was not an open relationship. She remained withdrawn and I was heartbroken, so I worked on getting out of my dad bod and got myself into a career again as my daughter was starting to go to school. During this separation I saw a DM pop up on her laptop she had left open and saw the opposite end of a sext. I had a look through and found that she had been not only talking negatively about me but had been active on Tinder, slept with a few guys, and even pursued a relationship with another happy person in a relationship. I confronted her again and she begged me to stay and insisted that she was done and that it was mostly talking and fooling around with images. She seemed more worried that I was going to confront these people and damage her reputation. I don't know why I stayed this time. Maybe I kept remembering the person I met in the beginning, or maybe I felt I couldn't again bring tears to my daughter's eyes. So I bared it once more and told her that if she cheated again I was out and it would not be a positive breakup. Fast forward a few years, we have spent some time living together. She seems withdrawn at times and still pushes away from intimacy and general romance. She would often go to the bedroom claiming she was sick or tired from work and leave me with our daughter. She seems to become more withdrawn as she climbed the corporate ladder further. She moved out to her parents' house 3 minutes from where we live to help with my daughter's school and general needs, whilst I returned to a very full-on entry point into a career. We would talk at least 30 minutes a day, and now it has shifted to a few messages through the phone and sometimes very long periods of time between responses. She withdrew further after taking another job some distance away to help build her career for 6 months, and she took our daughter to experience a different school. Look, I am probably in denial. My research into her behavior paints her as being a covert narcissist, and that the only reason I might still be around is so she can have a steady narcissistic supply. I feel like any attempt to address and talk about these problems is one-sided, and somehow she manages to move away from the conversation as if I am the crazy one. I am working on myself now, and I have given myself a deadline to have some kind of conclusion by the end of the year. I know with what she has done I shouldn't love her or make excuses for her, but I still do. I have never even kissed another person whilst we have been in a relationship.
Wow, like a bitch.
And that's what Frieza said.
Thank you for reading. I guess I am just looking for an outsider's perspective on how to challenge and create opportunity for a change in the relationship, or just calling it for what it is. I am probably a lovesick idiot, but can a relationship like this even be saved? Edit. Thank you everyone for your honest assessment. I know I have to confront her and tell her that I will no longer live this way anymore. I am not a nasty or vindictive person by nature, so I think it's best I just keep it simple and straight to the point. Split it in half, move on and co-parent. I deserve better than this. I will see her and my daughter in a few weeks for the school holidays, so I will work towards the conversation as hard as it is. You are a great community. I have been a long-time lurker and appreciate that many of you know what it's like to question your own sense of reality when someone you care about with all your heart discards you.
You are so full of shit, OP. You kept making excuse after excuse. You know damn well that her cheating will never stop because you're spineless. Expose your wife for who she truly is. Let everyone know that she is a homewrecker. Destroy her reputation, you damn donut. She destroyed your family. So why are you hesitating? Don't even bother confronting her. She's just gonna lie anyway. Just serve her the divorce papers the moment she arrives. Also, stop using your daughter as an excuse so that you can continue your simpy ways. You say you don't want to make your daughter cry, but you are doing something far, far worse. You are showing her a terrible role model. If the same situation happened to your daughter, her husband is cheating on her with multiple people, not caring about her, lying, gaslighting, and using her to fuel his ego, would you tell her to do the exact same thing you are doing now? Would you tell her to stay? Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.